Oops. No, there you
How
go.
about now?
Now it's fine. Now it's fine. We can perfect orientation now.
Six kilometers. You hear me? You there?
That looks pretty good.
Is just was clicking second.
Hey, folks, this is Bluffers Park. That's Lake Ontario. Nice picturesque scenery every which way you turn here. Beautiful day, clear. So refreshing. Whoops. Now there's a sky shot for you, folks. Nothing but blue screen, unfortunately. Okay, it's coming down. We got the treetops. It's coming down a bit more. Let's get back down a bit more. Okay, we're looking at the sky now. As you can see, the sky's clear. Birds flying. Okay, there
There
we
was a
go. Now
turkey
you can
watching.
see the bulrushes off to the left. People walking, cycling. Okay, so we're walking further along the path here. You can see all the bulrushes off to the side. Now, if we get lucky today, folks, we'll be able to see a mink. There's a wild mink. Once you go over right around this overpass, I think that's coming up, or it's further along. It might be further along. Yeah, it'll be further along. The issue we run into here sometime is where the signal gets weak. Okay, now we're back up live. You see the seagulls in the water. Okay, waves just lapping across and up on the beach. Beautiful. See how you can see this is just, we're right in the heart of the city, and you can actually find these wonderful places where you can go walk and visit, and a complete departure from city life altogether. It's like being out in the country. So beautiful. Now there's a swan right there. Look at that guy. He's up. I guess he's trying to, I guess he's sunbathing. Hello, Mr. Swan. How are you? Well, he's springing into action. He thinks there might be some food, so he's going to chase the food source. There he is right behind, waiting for his share. Look at him. Look at him. He just wants his food. He knows where the food is. What a cute little big guy. Look at the size of him. As you can see, he's already been tagged, so he's being tracked. the Ministry of Natural Resources just to get various data on the swan's habitat and their peculiarities. But you notice how once he realized there might be some food, how he sprung into action and went walking up to the source. Now, I know that lady, she has food that's specifically for these guys, which is more conducive than people throwing bread and other crap out there for these birds to eat. This is real food that he's getting, and he knows it. So he's lapping it all up. Look at him go. Not letting one little pellet go untouched. He's going to get as many as he can see. He's fervently looking. Pretty soon he's going to not look anymore and then say, okay, where's more? Isn't that funny? As you can see, folks, that's one big bird. He's got to be over 20 pounds, this guy.
Yeah, I can hear you. Like it's too windy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go now.
Yeah, he looks good. Okay, we're moving along now. Back up to the trail and go further along. There's more further down. And there is a possibility we'll see a wild mink. If he shows his face, then we're in for a rare occurrence because he's fleeting at best, and he'll be further along the trail. Get a pretty good view of the lake because there's not many leaves on the trees yet, so we got an excellent view of the lake. As you'll notice, cyclists on the path. As you can see, there's just very light white caps washing up on the shore here. So the lake's pretty calm for what it can be at times. So it's a pretty calm day for the most part, but there is some wind out there. Now, if you're looking to get in shape, this is a great walk to take every day. It'll do wonders for your health. As long as you keep moving, keep your heart rate at a certain level, you just achieve phenomenal results for your own personal self. See how beautiful this is? Has a very calming effect on the mind as well. We've got a few people right there down at the lake's edge. Now this goes on for miles, folks. You can easily do a good 10-kilometer walk here. But the key element is to keep moving. As long as you keep moving and with the different terrain, that'll have a different effect on the body. You'll be surprised how well you'll feel after doing this for about an hour. Well, this is where it gets a little tricky. You have to walk, be careful where you walk. Always be cognizantly aware of everything in your path ahead. Okay, see how this strip just looks so beautiful. Where are you going to find this anywhere else in the city? Nowhere else like this. This is all natural. You see how off to the left, how the land has eroded over time. You got the bit of a slope. Walk up. Now, hopefully we'll get lucky today, folks, and see the mink. You got to see him in action. He's a character, and he moves quickly. As you can see, all the trees off to the left, some of the roots sticking through because no matter what, the land's still being eroded back, but the trees help minimize that factor. If you did a walk like this every day, you'd start noticing and feeling the effects. The tonality of the body will change. Would be much toner. Slow and fast twitch muscles will take on a different contextual arrangement. And this is great for your health, folks. Plus fresh air. Cannot beat the fresh air. And the other interesting thing about walking along the shoreline here, less people. Very few people. There'll be a lot of people up on the path, but down here, almost exclusively for your own use. Natural meditative sounds like the lapping of the waves against the ground as they come into shore. Now the tricky part's going to be how do we get out of this part here? We go further along. Does that bank get higher to the left, or is there a walkway where we can walk? We'll find out soon enough. Notice all the natural formations there to the left, right into the... holy moly. Isn't that phenomenal, eh? Look at that. Just the land formations off to the left, just nature and its own beauty.
It's only kilometer number 3.
So far, we're at 3 kilometers and counting. But folks, this is one of the best things you can do for yourself every day consistently. These are one of the types of exercises that's stood the test of time, always benefits you. This is better than jogging by far because jogging, you've got high impact on the knees. Plus, you think too much when you're jogging, so you get in the way of the natural rhythm of the body. And that's where walking and continually walking at a certain pace has such a different effect on the body overall. Now look at this up here. Look at the dead wood and everything else. How beautiful this is. This, this is like looking at a Monet, a Matisse, any artiste from the Renaissance era. You can go to museums in Paris and Italy and not see nature in its all its beauty like we're seeing right now. Like, look at this. This is just amazing. Mind you, man's left remnants of his nastiness behind, but we'll try to avoid that. But that's just the nature of things. Look how beautiful this is along here. Now, if you're a beginner just walking for the first time, I'd recommend just being up on the path because this is a lot harder on the body. And if you're not in half decent shape, even in a short period of time, you will feel the difference. But look at this. This is nature in all its glory. Just magnificent. You know, even the Super 7, famous artist from Toronto here, did a lot of natural landscape paintings up north. Here's a perfect example right here within the city that they could have utilized. This is a rare treat. Not many people are aware of it. Just phenomenal scenery and nature at its natural habitat. Now, we might not see the mink going this way, but we'll probably get him on the way back or at some point. Not exactly sure how far along he would be because he's right at a certain little area just pretty close to the foot of the Rouge River where it comes into Lake Ontario. Now, look at all the rock formations and the various sizes of the rocks. Certain ones, like these other formations, they've been put there on by man, but the other ones are just naturally there as per nature. Look at that. Isn't that magnificent? Holy moly. Look at the colors even. We haven't even got full foliage on the leaves. There we got a camper, a squatter, but I guess the guy's got to have someone. Look at the messy leaves. Like, come on, guy. Like, give us a break. Oh, well. Anyways, we're getting back
Here
up
we
onto
are.
the path here. As you can see walking along here, how beautiful this is. Look at that. Absolutely phenomenal scenery. This here's a little pathway just off the beaten path. Looks like we got a squirrel there or something. Okay, oh, look at that. Look at that. Where do you see stuff like that? Oh. Walking along here may seem easy, but it's a lot harder than you realize. You start doing this every day and you'll understand. So for a beginner, it's best to stay on the regular walking path just till your body starts getting used to it. Then you can start adventuring more so off to the areas that are less populated. Okay, we've even got a recycling bin. Walking here, folks, use the recycling machine, use the garbage bins. Don't throw things on the ground. Look at this here. Isn't this amazing? This is very dangerous by the edge there, but you can come to the fence here, which is allowed, and you'll still be safe and get a great view And opposite the far side of that lake is probably Rochester buffalo. There is some green, starting to get some foliage covering, slowly coming within another couple months, be in full bloom, and it'll just be phenomenal. Think it's nice now? Give it a couple more months. You ain't seen nothing yet. Now that was further up. You'll see there was that lady. She fed the swans. So hopefully, because quite often there's swans even further up, and she'll probably be feeding the swans again, so you can get another look at the feeding of swans.
Yeah.
Now these swans have been used to being fed, so they're much friendlier than ones that are not used to it. Because understand, a swan's a very big bird, and they are territorial. The other thing about the cycling path, folks, you got to watch out for these cyclists, because that's all you need is a cyclist to run into you. Okay, so all the dangerous areas have been fenced off for the most part. There's the signs. So Great Lakes Waterfront Trail, the Ron Moser Trail. So if you want to look that up, that'll let you know. So Toronto Parks Forestry and Recreation, they take care of the maintenance for this area. And you can travel for 90 minutes and not witness what you've seen here in all its glory. Got it right here in your own backyard. So this greater Toronto area has a population of over 7 million people, and not many people are aware of treasures like this. And we got some people off to the left coming our way. See, thankfully, you know, it's still cool enough. You don't see any boat traffic out there. Now we've got a clear look at the lake. As you can see, a lake goes on forever. On the other side's going to be probably Rochester. Okay, so here's where the mink hangs out. We may get lucky and see the mink here. This is his favorite little playground. And quite possibly he may make an appearance. So, people, if you think he's going to show up, put 1 in chat. If you don't think he's going to show up, put 2 in chat. Let's see if we can see who thinks he'll show and who thinks he will not show. Oh, look at that, eh? Isn't that something? Beautiful. Sometimes he's around here. He's a slippery little guy and he moves quick. He may be having a nap or maybe watching his favorite TV show for a half hour or so. If you're wondering what his favorite show is, it's called The Chipmunks. Alvin. Okay, coming back up towards the path now. Fortunately, we didn't see the little guy underneath the bridge at all. But not for not trying. If he was around, which he is around, but who knows? Sometimes he'll show himself, other times he won't. Now, if you're contemplating doing a walk like this, you should do it on a daily basis. It'd be the best thing you could do for your health. But also understand learning to dress appropriately for this type of thing. Even though today's a very nice day, but when you're this close to the lake, there's going to be a little more wind down here and cooler air than what you'll experience less than an eighth of a mile north of the lake's edge. See how beautifully this is carved out? That's good stuff. You see all those bulrushes, all natural, off to the left? Probably close to the 4 kilometer mark here now. There's the waves lapping against the rocks and the shore. Nice.
Yeah,
Now,
4 kilometers right now.
further along, there's a very good chance there's a little area by another bridge where we're going to see maybe 3 or more swans together. And hopefully we'll be able to see that and maybe see some of the feeding going on there. They'll actually take food right out of a person's hands. That's how comfortable they are with people down there. They're used to it. As I said, if you've got a young child, do not get a young child too close to the birds because they are still very strong and powerful. And the kid might be a little too nervous and too quick in motion that the bird might react. So make sure only an adult feeds the birds. Now, there's a marina that's not too far away called Bluffers Park Marina. Now, this time of year, we don't have any boat activity out in the lake right now, which is great. This is what makes it much nicer, and this is what's special about right now. Even a very seasoned athlete doing a walk like this every day will benefit as well. It's not just for the uninitiated, even for the veterans and pros can all benefit by doing a walk like this. Plus, you see nature and all its natural glory. What more can you want, you know? And it costs nothing. Costs nothing. All you have to do is show up and participate. The wrong button. Okay, this is an area where it's fenced off so you don't stray too far and slide over. Still have to be very, very careful amongst those rocks, folks. Very tricky, and if you're tired, be careful. Here's all the bulrushes off to the side, and look at this natural habitat. Just absolutely marvelous. Now we may see the mink here as well. Never know. Just keep your eyes out and watch for a little mink. Funny little creatures, and they're very much characters. No, we don't see them. No rustling of the bulrushes, so no. They are very active, these little minks, once they get going, so you can't help but notice him if he's around bouncing about. Okay, we're coming back up to the path again and going east. Should run into some more swans further on down the road. Here, look how beautiful this is. This will do more for your soul than anything else. You cannot go to a movie theater or the best dinner and have the experience you're going to have here, plus the benefits on a physical and psychological basis. Very meditative. You just stop thinking and just start walking and enjoying. Body will take care of itself. Body do what it does best. You just enjoy. You look how far this goes along here. Just nature. It's a natural element. Can't beat it. A few of those larger rock formations have been put there by man just to help mitigate the erosion of the shoreline itself to a degree. It changes every year. Some years it's higher than others, all depending on the water levels. Thought I seen a bird off to the right there, but I think it was just petrified wood that almost looked like a bird. The only way you can better this experience, folks, is actually going out there and just doing it yourself. Got some people out there by the shore. It's like a family. You look at the different shore formations and little tucked in little mini inlets and things like that. Just so beautiful. Mixture of sand and rock. Obviously, some petrified wood. Now, how far into the walk are we now? You may not be able to hear me because of the wind. There's more wind than you realize. May not seem like much, and there really is not much, but yet microphones and that, they're very sensitive to picking this up. Now, walking along on these rocks, these were put here by engineers, as I said, to help keep the erosion of the land minimized. Cost a great deal to ship these in and place them in because they have to be formed a certain way and placed a certain way. And walking on this is a challenge physically as well. If your lower body, like your ankles and calves, are not in good shape, you could very easily hurt yourself. And moving, especially moving at this speed, that's not easy to do. It may look easy. Probably easier when you're 12 years old. Then that changed. Another thing, folks, here we are in Toronto and Ontario, and we've just entered into a new lockdown. But you can go out and do this every day. There's no lockdown in effect that does not allow you to get out there and take a walk like this every day. You can do 5 kilometers one way, 5 kilometers back. That's 10 kilometers. And your heart will love you for it. And everything else related to your bodily experiences will greatly appreciate it as well. Best thing you can do for yourself. Help increase your metabolic rate. Circulatory pathways will open up, and your circulation will become much more efficient. And also, depending on how you do walk, you quite possibly could help promote the mitochondrial in the body, and that's a necessary enzyme for the reproduction of all other cells. But that'll be for another conversation in the future because that's not something that is very basic and understood by most people. Important thing is just to get out there, enjoy the meditative effects of the environment and how it will have a positive effect on your physiological makeup.
Kilometer number 5, right now.
Okay, so the other swans are probably about another 16th of a mile down, then off to the left. But what do we have out here? Are these just seagulls, or what is that off to the right? Those seagulls out there? Huh. See all the birds off to the right there, folks? Can't make out the bird type from here. Okay, folks, I'll be back in just a couple minutes. I have to go to the washroom, but keep watching because we're going to see the swans again very, very soon. So make sure you stay tuned in and watch because the swans will be coming up soon. Be able to see them being fed by hand. And I'll be back in just a couple, okay? So make sure you stay tuned in and watch. Okay. See, up under that bridge, we may have a few issues with the stream, but that's okay. It will straighten out, so stay tuned in, folks. Do not go. This is where you're going to get the best experience in this whole... It's going to be the best up to this point. There's more coming, so watch here. Stay tuned in.
Yeah, are we still connected? Are we on or what? Come over. Did you see them? You see them? Are you there?
All you hear is like you always hear it everywhere. I'm always like, I'm a bitch that way.
Well, yeah, be because
Like
when the kids were little, when she was little,
Yeah.
you know, it'd be a little bit.
Yeah, but it's more feel. For expert, but it sinks.
Okay, so there's the birds, folks. Look at them. Ducks, swans. Look at that, eh? Right there. Just natural. Just relax. Look how close we are to them. Look how calm they are. Big birds. They're huge. And as you notice, there's ducks there also. Mallard ducks. Look how beautiful they are. Or those are geese. Sorry, my apologies. Geese. And look how much bigger the swans are to the geese. Geese is a big bird. Look how much bigger these swans are. Holy moly. Look at that. Those swans are magnificent. You notice both of them are in pairs. They tend to travel in pairs or groups, but always at the very least, usually in pairs.
Yeah, the problem is these guys before they feed them with the bread. Now they're full.
Yeah,
That's
the
little
problem with feeding them with bread, folks, is the fact is with water, it bloats them up, which can actually have a bad side effect if too much. So that's why if you're going to feed these birds, feed them something that's more conducive to their bodies.
They're having it now. They're eating it.
Because bread and water inside the stomach of these birds, it bloats to 3 times the size, sometimes more.
This.
See how calm the water is in this little area here? Just so beautiful. Just the other day, we were by this same area and people were actually throwing garbage in there. Can you believe it? Like, come on, people. So if you're going to go out, you're going to do these things, be respectful of the wildlife and understand that they are precious. We have to make sure that we don't disrupt the balance between nature and man. You look at these geese. They're big birds, but the swan's much bigger. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And you could sit there, get into a half lotus or a lotus position, just close your eyes and just meditate right there. Just so beautiful. Today's a clear day. It's not particularly bright as far as the sunshine goes, but it is a clear day. And the weather's not too bad. We're probably about 16 Celsius or thereabouts. It'll be a little cooler down by this area, though. I think we see a duck off there to the far left, a little guy. Probably full size, but compared to the geese and the swans, not near as big, or maybe it's just something floating in the water. I'm not sure. No, it's just something in the water. Oh, we may have something out there. Look at all the birds out there, folks. There are more. Seagulls, they can go. Care for them. Oh, look at the swans. That's pretty, isn't it?
Okay, we're going back now.
Okay, so I got to head out, folks. And I'd like to thank you for watching. Click subscribe if you want to see more of this. This will help us prepare for you. Like, subscribe, just consider it if you find some value here. Any comments, please post in the comments section below, and we'll gladly respond in kind. So everybody have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.